Okay. Can you guys hear us? I think
are we good?
Our video is having technical difficulties.
Heyo! Is it our video?
Yeah, I think so.
No.
Give us a second. This is our first time doing
Sorry,
this.
guys. So that means they can't see, they can hear?
Yeah, I think. Can you guys hear us? Can you write a little message?
We seriously had it working. Yes.
Oh,
are we there?
Are we there?
This is crazy, guys. I think we are. Okay.
All right.
Can you see us now? Are we good? Are we live?
Hi. Okay, good. Praise the Lord.
Yes,
thank you.
You guys. This is crazy for us. This is our first live, and yeah, all the setup and everything is new. So thank you for being here with us. This is exciting. Oh, William. Yes. Jose. You guys, I did a video with Jose on my channel. He speaks amazing English. You should go watch it.
Yes. It's a good video.
Yes. Alejandro. You guys.
So many friends. Oi, yes. Ciao,
it's
hola.
Weird because I'm like, we should be looking at the camera, but then I want to see the computer. But yeah. Yes. Calvin is actually going to try to respond and let me know the questions. It's super hard during a live to do it, I think. So,
yeah. Well, it's a learning experience for all of us. Thanks for being here and for the patience with us.
Yes. We have our living room set up. So we literally spent the past couple hours this morning just setting this up. And we're excited to talk to you about American culture. Anytime you guys have a question, put it in the feed and we'll be happy to try to respond to it.
Yeah.
So I think talking about American culture is such a big subject because the US is huge. So I'm from Michigan originally.
And I'm from Washington State, which is on the West Coast, not Washington, D.C. on the East Coast.
And we live in South Carolina, which is the South. And we've also lived in Hawaii, which is an island.
Yeah.
So we've gotten a pretty good perspective. And then I think also just traveling a lot. We've lived in Mexico. We've lived in Spain, Taiwan, India. So these different places, I think, have given us a new perspective on our country and on being back here. So we just want to share with you some of the things that we've noticed that are maybe different when we've come back, some of the things that we appreciate more that maybe we didn't. So
yeah, and we also want to preface this by saying that we're two Americans, and you could go on the street or go on the chat apps and talk to 50 other Americans and get 50 other opinions on American culture, because obviously it's a very complex topic. But language is so linked to culture, and so that's why we wanted to do this live, is just to chat a bit about even our perspectives on it, and maybe it would help link up culture and language for you.
Yeah. So I think it would be good to even start by saying, so obviously Americans usually we're like, oh, I'm half Finnish. Calvin's also part Finnish. So people like my great grandparents came here. And so we do things like saunas, and we make Finnish foods, and we bring in the traditions, some of the traditions from our great-great-grandparents here in America. And you bring some of those in too.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think, growing up, we had the sauna, which is Finnish. It's, that hot room that you put water on steam and it gets really hot.
Yeah.
And then growing up, we ate things like panikaku, which is like a Finnish pancake. Very good. I would recommend it. We'll have to send you guys a recipe.
Yeah.
Actually, Camille did a vlog with her mom making panikaku, right?
That's true. Yeah, I did.
So we'll be publishing that hopefully in the next few months.
Yeah, exactly. And things like venison, which is meat from a deer. And so, which makes me think of hunting. So hunting, I think, would definitely be an American thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you hunt in your country? Put it in the comments below.
Yeah, definitely. Hunting, you got gun ownership, which I know is kind of a hot topic, but, I think on average, I'm just going to say something like 2 or 3 guns per American. And so, yeah,
we don't have any guns.
We don't have any guns but right now anyways. I don't know if we'll get them,
Yeah.
but I grew up with guns. I actually did hunt. And so that's a big part of American culture, I think. The beauty of it is that you're out in nature, and yeah, you get to see these amazing animals, and you obviously shoot them, which is kind of crazy. But I think nowadays we're a little disconnected from our food chain, and so like just to be able to see the process basically of an animal going to meat, that you can eat, is like venison, is pretty enlightening and a little intense, actually.
Yeah, it's like too intense for me. I remember my dad, he still goes hunting, and he would skin the deer. So he'd be with this like bloody animal just hanging in the garage, and it just was not appetizing at all to me. I had a really hard time eating deer meat growing up, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty good in a sausage form, I think. That's my favorite. Yeah. If we're gonna eat some meat.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's a kind of a peculiar American thing, and I guess they do it in Sicily as well, according to Marika. So that's awesome.
Marika actually said she wants to know about the church in America and differences we've seen, which where we live right now in South Carolina, it's called the Bible Belt, which means I don't even know. There are so many churches here. Like we have probably just in our surrounding mile, 35 or 50 churches more.
Yeah. We have like a Korean church a few blocks away. We have a Spanish speaking church. And then obviously all the American ones with all the different sort of denominations like Baptists and, what are the other ones? Lutherans. We grew up Apostolic Lutheran.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think being in America and then being out of it and seeing the different sort of, as far as Christian church culture, we have the options, we have the freedom. And this is an amazing blessing for us. But I think it can also, cause a little bit of what we would call lukewarmness, where it's kind of a cultural thing rather than like a sort of following God or following Jesus thing. So yeah, that's kind of the things that you kind of wrestle with, I think, here in America. And I think also, the American sort of like idea of just, it's easy. It's in some ways, and obviously, again, this is just us two speaking from a middle-class background. But, growing up, life is pretty easy here. And so, sometimes your faith really grows when you're tested. And so, yeah, I think sometimes we can miss that and just kind of float,
Yeah. And I think maybe something about church culture in America is there are a lot of mega churches. There's a lot of big churches. And maybe that's not so much that I've seen going overseas.
The big churches.
Yeah, just like the massive churches.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, in Spain, I think a big church would be maybe 50 people in the church. There's obviously like Hillsong churches in, I think, Barcelona and Madrid, and they're a little bigger. So, but yeah, in general, I think in America, the church sizes are small, or I mean, are bigger.
Yeah,
so.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think something that we've also noticed going overseas and then coming back to America are the choices that we have. For example, in the grocery stores, there are just so many options, almost to the point where it can be overwhelming. I remember being in Spain and we're just in the grocery store and we choose from a few cereals because that's all there is, or in Italy. But then we go here and we're like 2 aisles full of cereals. Like, what do we choose?
Yes.
Calvin loves cereal.
I love it. It's probably my favorite aisle, in the grocery store. And so, yeah, I take my time there. Whereas like, yeah, in Spain, I think it's more like chocolatey cereals and then just kind of normal cereals, maybe Frosted Flakes. Whereas, you know, in America, it's like cookie cereal. There's just like marshmallow cereal.
Yeah,
so
true.
I do have a ritual of eating cereal usually at night.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a big thing here in America.
Yeah. But I think also, I'm getting distracted by questions.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I'm excited because I want to answer them and I want to talk.
Oh, the educational system. You want to go on that?
Oh, hola, David.
Hola, David.
What do you think about the educational system? How does it work? It's so different to Latin America.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, Camille, as far as like elementary school and moving up to high school and then university, like, well, Camille went to school in Michigan, right?
I was in the same school building from kindergarten through graduation.
And how many people did you graduate with?
24 in my graduating class. And some of those people went to school with me since we were 5. So
yeah. That's very like it, you know, there's a lot of small town America where schools are really small. I also in high school went to a school and I graduated with only 7 others. And actually a few of them were foreign exchange students. So that was kind of interesting. But, you know, in general, I think, you know, our public school system is really good. You know, just like anything, there's probably areas where it needs to improve. But I would say like my education was good. I don't have anything to complain about as far as, you know, elementary to high school. And then I went to Clemson University. Here in South Carolina. And the one thing I can say is that it's really expensive university here. Yeah, like it's probably 4 times as much as maybe in Europe. And
I mean, when you went, what, 10 years ago, you were paying $20,000 a year.
Yeah.
Which is so unaffordable. And then I feel like what happens is a lot of people graduate from university and then they have all this debt.
Yeah.
And they can't get the job in the field that they went to school for. And so then they're working just maybe a minimum wage job trying to pay off this massive debt that they've incurred from going to university.
Yeah. So that would be definitely an area of improvement. But as far as the quality of the education, I think, you know, it's really high. You know, if you're paying that much, you hope it's high, right? If you're going to go into debt and stuff. And there is like government aid.
That's true.
There's scholarships. So the government will give you like a low interest loan that you can pay off over a long period of time. So yeah, there's those things that help. But yeah, the cost it's a lot of money for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Seeing some comments, 1,000 people.
Do you know anything about GMO food?
Genetically modified Mateo.
I would say there's less of it maybe here in Europe. Yeah. There's more of it here in America. I think there is a slow shift towards like away from that, just even in a marketing sense. But yeah, really, I don't have a lot to talk about the GMO stuff here. I know you just go to the supermarket and you buy what there is, right?
Yeah.
So,
but there is the option for farmers markets as well, and like eating the things that are in season and farmers that grow their crops locally, small farmers, and sell them. So we do have that farmers market. But I would say my experience overseas, I remember in Mexico, we would go to the market every week and we would get all these fresh veggies and fruits for like $30, and it would feed us for the whole week. It was the best.
It was so good.
Yeah.
Mangoes. What else do they have? Like all I can think about is the mangoes because I love them.
Avocado,
pineapples.
Yeah. True.
They have a lot of fruit in Mexico and it's amazingly cheap.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And all probably locally grown or within, you know, an hour's drive. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. We'll try to speak a little slower.
Yeah, sorry, Quentin.
But
we get excited.
Yeah. After the live, I will go through and do the subtitle and we will save the video. So, yeah.
There you go.
Okay. Right now we're in fall and Americans love their seasons. It's so common to see people decorating.
Is it officially fall right now?
Oh no, it's not official.
But that's okay.
But we started. It's almost.
We feel like it is.
In what, 10 days? I think it's official.
Yeah.
But I've seen people as early as September 1st decorating their lawns. You see, because Halloween is coming up. It's actually not until October 31st. But I actually bought a pumpkin to show you guys. It's kind of
yes.
But Ivory.
It's turning into a workout video.
Yeah. No, Ivory was playing with it like a ball, and she broke the stem.
Yeah, leave it right there.
But
Careful.
pumpkins, like pumpkin carving, is a super popular American tradition. Trick-or-treating. I think I also bought some. We ate so much of these candies yesterday. The first 3 ingredients are sugar with different names, but this is a super popular American candy called candy corn. I know it says autumn mix, but we call it candy corn.
Yeah, candy corn.
And there's just these little, basically sugary things, and I have to get at least 1 bag every
The kids love
fall.
them.
Yeah.
And no matter how well we hide the candy,
Yeah.
they find them. It's this weird kid gift.
It's true. I feel weird with this giant pumpkin by me. I'm just gonna move it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's probably a good idea. What else happens in fall?
This is another fall thing.
Yeah.
Apple cider. So we go apple picking in the fall. This is very American. This is just apples. Have you guys ever had this? Do you want some?
No, I'm okay. I got my water still.
Do you guys have you ever tried apple cider? It is really good. I don't know if it's just an American thing or not.
Yeah. And you can actually take that and make something called spice cider, which is pretty good too.
Yeah.
It's, you just add like cinnamon, cloves, all these different ingredients and
drink it hot.
Yes.
Yeah, because you can drink it hot or cold.
Things.
That's true. Calvin is really into trying drinks. Like whenever we go to a new country, he goes to the supermarket and he's like, what can I try? What soda do they have? What juice? What is going on?
Yes. Yeah. Shout out to Guaraná. I love it. Brazilian soda.
That's true.
Thank you, William Souza, for introducing it to me. Yeah. We actually went with William. It was our first trip together. I think it was our first missions trip. So we went with William down to Sao Paulo. And we didn't know any Portuguese at that time, unfortunately.
It was a while ago.
But it was little seeds of the future of learning some Portuguese. Agora podemos falar o português.
Yeah.
So
that's true. William actually had a question asking about some of the differences between Americans and Canadians, which I actually did a video on my channel with a Canadian. We talked. As far as language and accent goes, I think some of their words, like, for example, we would say flag and they would say flag. We say sorry, they say sorry. We say about, they say
about.
About.
Sorry if we're butchering this.
Sorry. Go watch my video with the Canadian.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, their love for hockey, I think.
Yeah. And obviously, you know, there's Quebec, I think, where they speak French Canadian.
Yes.
Which is, you know, sort of I guess a dialect or like a different, I don't know how different it is from actual French. Maybe some of you, if you speak it, can, or William, are you in Quebec now? Or I forget, you're in Toronto. So maybe you have heard the difference. I don't know. Share with us if there is a difference. But so I think as Americans, like we learn the provinces, you know, and we learn a little bit about Canada. As far as culture, I think there's probably a bigger difference than even we realize. I've only been to Canada for maybe like 8 hours for a meal, and we went to like the Italian district and ate some Italian food.
But I've been to like Niagara Falls with my family growing up. We would always drive through Canada to get over to New Hampshire, where my older sister lives. So, I mean, I just remember the beauty, the nature of Canada.
Yeah, I think that's a huge thing for sure. A lot of wilderness areas.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can go there again, right?
Yeah.
William, are you inviting us? Okay, we'll come.
Oh, I see. Gabrielle, where are your cute children? Oh my goodness. This live would be impossible to do with our children because they are wild. They would be eating the candy. I think we'd have a fire with the
blow out the candles for sure.
I don't know.
Maybe sing happy birthday.
The camera would get disconnected. They would be pulling the cords. They would be jumping on this table.
Yes.
But we do. Calvin was saying we should just set up a live with our family sometime and just let you see the wildness of our life with our 3 kids, because they're 6, 3, and our youngest will be 2 on Friday.
Yeah.
But they're pretty active, like all three of them.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, we love them. They're all so cute.
Yeah.
And yeah, hopefully we will do a live. Maybe when like Camille brings groceries home from the store, because the kids act like they've never eaten in their lives.
They go crazy and they're like trying to open every food like
Yes.
all at the same time. I actually just put a story on my Instagram.
There's crying, there's laughing, there's fighting.
Yes.
It's actually could be really good entertainment.
It's true. Yes, Jose, Ivory, our daughter loves Jose. She will draw him pictures and be like,
Yes.
Mom, like send this to Jose. It's true.
Yeah, that's so cute.
Yeah.
How did we learn Portuguese? Yeah, I think so. For me, it started in Hawaii, and Camille and I, there's a number of things, but like we kind of were like, oh, we're just kind of wasting our evenings, like social media, maybe Netflix on, you know, a series of videos. And so we challenged each other to be like, all right, after the kids go down, this was before Cairo was born.
Yeah.
I was pregnant. Yeah, she was pregnant with Cairo. We just decided, let's take the next 30 days and learn a language. So at that time I picked Portuguese and Camille picked Italian. Yeah. And so we just went for it, like full on, like Duolingo, you know, we would watch YouTube videos. We'd started watching like Netflix series in that language. It was just straight up after the kids go down, immersion.
Yeah.
And then it kind of continued on for a bit. And I actually dropped off on Portuguese for quite a while. And so then Camille, how did you start learning Portuguese?
Yeah, we were in Greece and I had watched a video with the polyglot and I was like, that's it. I'm learning a new language tomorrow. And so I picked Portuguese, and in a few days, on the 19th, it'll be a year. Yeah. I actually have a video in Portuguese and in English on my channel with how I learned those languages. But it's pretty much like Calvin said. I think the biggest key is just studying every day and also having phone calls with Brazilians or messaging them, talking to them every day.
Yes. Yeah. I would say Camille is a little bit more disciplined than me in her learning. And so ela já fala muito melhor que eu.
Do que eu.
See?
Yeah. I saw a question and I don't know how to answer it, like a little bit up about, if you can go up, like how does the army work?
Oh, right. Yeah.
I don't know so much about the army, but we're not obligated to join the army. It's a choice. The way our government, I don't know if you can go more into that, Calvin, or do we pass?
Yeah, no, I think like we can talk a little bit about that, but you know, there's recruitment centers, and the government actually offers, like, they'll pay for a lot of your education if you give the government, like, I can't remember what it is, 1 or 2 years. So they'll give you money to be in the army or whatever branch of the what is it called? Military. There we go.
Yeah.
And so, a lot of kids go in, you know, at a young age, not kids, obviously.
18.
So 18.
We're not sending our 6-year-old.
Yes. But anyways, so that's kind of how it works. You know, back, I think during Vietnam, they had a draft. And other times they had draft when there was like world wars, I think. And that was like pretty much mandatory. I know some people fled to Canada and things like that. And so, but like as of right now, in times of relative peace, it's voluntary. You can join or not join. So, yeah.
Eduardo, hey.
Hi, Eduardo.
So in Brazil, you're saying that we realized a great need to learn English for work or travel. Is it like this in the US? So I would say no. I would say it's not so common for Americans to learn another language. If they do, they usually choose Spanish. Yeah,
I would agree. You know, unless, you know, the thing is, though, you know, talking about America, it's actually a melting pot. And so, you know, you can go to almost any place and you'll find people from all over the world, you know, here, there, obviously less in smaller places, but especially the cities have, you know, probably hundreds of nationalities there. And so, you know, you have people learning English, you have people maybe learning other languages to connect. And so
Yeah.
But in general, I would say that, yeah, English or Americans don't necessarily see a great need. But you know what? A lot of them that I talk to, they want to learn a language.
They want to. They say they want to.
And it is. It's amazing.
Yeah.
We've known it's like an amazing gift to our
Yeah.
lives to be able to communicate.
So we hope more Americans will learn other languages because, yeah, it's changed our lives and it adds such a value to your life when you learn a language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely rewarding. And it helps you if you go, especially like learning Portuguese or Spanish. And I'm sure there's other languages, you know, like Chinese or sorry, I don't know if Chinese is a language, maybe Mandarin or Cantonese.
Yeah.
But, you know, they would help you in travel. So it's an amazing gift for sure.
Yeah.
So if you're an American, maybe you should think about learning another language.
Yes. We have a question. What sport is your favorite?
Okay, Camille.
I know, I was thinking, I don't really watch sports in these days, but I used to watch a lot.
We watch a lot of wrestling between Ivory and Maddox or Cairo and Ivory.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
If I were to watch a sport right now, it would probably be either basketball or American football. Like I understand both of those and I grew up watching them. My parents are huge sports fanatics. They watch every sport, baseball, hockey. Yeah. We rarely watch sports. Now, you like soccer.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up really a fan of basketball. I'd watch the NBA and really any sport. I would watch even golf or, you know, baseball or, but basketball was my go-to.
And you were so good.
Yeah, and then I played in high school.
Like, you guys know what dunk means? Like when you can reach the net and put the ball in.
I don't know if I could do it anymore, though, unfortunately.
We'll do a live.
Yes. Yeah, but Camille also has that hidden talent of playing basketball. And, you know, we had to stop playing right before our wedding because we got too competitive. And we were like, okay, maybe this isn't the best. Maybe we won't end up getting married if we keep playing.
Because we would play, like, these games called like horse or pig where you'd have to shoot the ball and then if you made it the person would go in your spot and if they made it they didn't get a letter, they were safe, but if they missed they would get a letter. So you would try to spell out the word dog or horse and we were both pretty even. Like I had a pretty good shot. I don't know, I haven't played in so long. It was fun.
She was good for sure. I do like to play. I need to start playing again. I'm getting a little bit out of shape. So thanks for asking that question. It might be my fuel. We had a question about private schools. So here in Brazil, we can easily find private schools that teach a lot of languages. In the US, are there schools like that?
Yeah, like there is, even in the public school, there is the option to learn a foreign language.
And I mean, you can find even private tutors. I think
especially Spanish.
A lot of Spanish.
We'll see signs on the road like, "Do you want to learn Spanish? Call this number."
I do know there is a school that does teach some Chinese language and for kids and things like that. So they are available here in America. Maybe more where there's big population centers. You'll find more of those schools for sure. Yeah.
Hola, Marisol. Her question is about the Super Bowl. Yes, it is a big event here. People often have parties where there's Super Bowl foods. People get together. They all watch the Super Bowl. It's a big event for sure.
Yeah, for sure. It's like a holiday here. Yeah, definitely. And the halftime show, people love to watch that as well. So, and then obviously the commercials too are a big deal.
Yes. TV commercials.
They pay millions of dollars, I think, to just have a 30-second ad. But there's this sort of competition to see who can be the funniest or the most memorable. So, there's a lot of different aspects, I think, about the Super Bowl that make it interesting to watch for sure. There's also like college football. It's really big here too, which I don't think it is in other countries, but like you're talking stadiums almost as big as the NFL.
Wow.
And like the school I went to, Clemson, they've won the past few. I don't know if they won the last one, but they're always kind of in the running. William, you went there too with me. That's where I met my friend William from Brazil, is at Clemson University. So Shout out to you, William. But yeah, their football program is amazing, and so yeah, maybe that's a big difference here in America, that we have a huge college football thing, and obviously it brings in a lot of money for the universities. So that's one of the reasons I think they do that as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great point, Alejandra. For me, it was surprising to see how quickly adolescents, sorry, became independent from their parents. It's so true. I moved away from home when I was 17. I was almost 18, and I left to like 20 hours away by car. So it wasn't like I just moved down the road from my parents. I literally moved from Michigan here to South Carolina.
And you drove with your cousin?
Yeah.
Is that right?
My cousin Heather. Yeah.
She lived down here at the time.
She still does.
And she still does.
Yeah. I actually did a video with her as well on my channel, a job interview. She's amazing. And yeah, I think it's normal. I think most people want to leave home after high school. And often many colleges require you to live on campus the first year in the dorms. They're called dorms, where you live at the university. And so, yeah, I left home at 17. How old were you?
Yeah, I was 18, and I went straight into Clemson University and spent my first year on the campus. And then basically from then on, I lived independently from my parents. So yeah, and again, like, we can bring up the idea that America is a melting pot, meaning there's lots of cultures here. And so, maybe say you're an Italian family and you're used to living together until maybe the child gets married, and then they move out. So there's still that exists here in America. So again, it does depend on the culture, but in general, I think there's that sort of spirit of independence, getting out on your own, and sort of this rite of passage into adulthood. So yeah.
I'm glad you made it, Jose, my friend from Mexico. Marika, we also want to live alone, but the salary isn't good. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense, for sure. I mean, I think, if there wasn't a lot of prosperity here in America, we might stick together because it's just more practical for sure.
Yeah. I think it's fairly easy here to get a job, even to start your own business. I started my own business at 19. With personal training. I think Calvin was 20. He still has his same business he started when he was 20, a graphic design business. I feel like a lot of people want to come to America because starting a business here and the opportunities for work I think they probably are better than a lot of other countries.
Yeah, I would say too. Like, there's a lot of, our taxes are a little lower. Small businesses are valued in this in this government, and so it really helps build this economy. And I think it's been a part of the success of America up until now is the ability to work for yourself as well, sort of that independent spirit that we've been talking about.
Yeah, for sure. Yes, you can come, Marika. You're welcome to come.
Yes. Yeah. Come on.
I was thinking about the shopping culture as well of America, as far as finding good deals. We have a bunch of stores that carry name brand items, like, say, Tommy Hilfiger, or I don't know, I can't even think right now, but they're so much cheaper. Yeah, Ralph Lauren. Like, we're not really into name brands, but you can find them so cheap at these stores. Or you can find things sometimes on the side of the road, which also we noticed in Spain. When people didn't want their things, we would find really cool things on the side of the road every Monday in our neighborhood.
Yes.
And here, sometimes you find that too. Like, the other day, I found these amazing toys, like Batman and all these toys for my kids.
Like,
nice, like perfect
clean
condition in bags on the side of the road, or garage sailing. I think that there's a big culture of garage sailing.
For sure.
Usually Saturday mornings, you wake up at 6, 7 a.m. and you go garage sailing for the morning. And so you're basically buying what people don't want, and they're selling it in their yard, in their front yard. And it's a great way to find a good deal. And you never know what you might find.
And they sell everything there.
Yeah, you can find
tools, cribs, all that stuff, which can be really expensive. Like, I remember in Spain looking for cribs, and you know, it's really hard to find it not like like high priced or whatever. So
Yeah.
yeah, it definitely helps kind of save money.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, and shopping really, I feel like, you know, we were talking about sports. Shopping is definitely a sport. You know, like finding the deals and
Yeah.
you
So
know, it's
fun.
part of the American culture is you know, in the negative sense, it's kind of consumerism where you accumulate
Yeah.
so much stuff.
It can be. Actually,
Yeah.
we were noticing since coming back from, we spent 7 months in Europe last year, and we came back and it seemed like new storage centers were opened. And we were like, what's going on? So I think people have too much stuff and then they need a place to store it. And so storage units, that's what they're called. So people bring their stuff and put it in the storage unit.
And they pay monthly.
They pay
for their stuff to
It's
sit.
wild. Like, I can't even believe it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you know, and we don't want to talk badly about that because we know that they are useful, say, if you're moving from one place to another.
Yeah.
But there's no judgment on our part. But, you know, consumerism, even in ourselves, we find ourselves, you know, a little bit maybe spending more here, buying more here in America because it's like, oh, it's a deal. Like,
So
what?
cheap.
Like $100 off? Like,
$1?
It's $1.
It's free. It's true.
Yes, for sure.
It's
for
true.
sure. So, did you
my
see?
My friend Natalia.
Yeah.
Oi, Tiago. Thank you guys for watching.
Marika wants to talk about coffee. Is that a good topic in America?
And she said she was kidding. Israel, hey.
I can definitely talk about coffee all day long. And
we could touch on it a little bit.
Yeah, you know, I think there's something called I think third wave. Is that what it is?
I have no idea.
No, third wave coffee. Maybe I'm wrong. But anyways, basically coffee, the quality of coffee in general in America is moving up. And there's a movement. News. Yeah, it's good news because not only does it taste better and we're getting a better taste for actual coffee, it actually, the money, you pay a little bit more, but what you're doing is you're paying the farmers in these countries like Colombia, Brazil, you know, in South America and in Africa, all these places, you're actually paying them a decent rate. And in exchange, you're getting a higher quality bean, which, you know, I won't get into the scientifics of it, but it basically creates a better cup of coffee than what we've been drinking. I won't name any names as far as coffee chains like Starbucks, but you know, the coffee you can get from specialty coffee shops is amazing. So if you have any where you live, definitely try specialty coffee.
Yes, it's becoming a more popular thing. Calvin's sister and his mom opened a specialty coffee shop right down the road from us in a tiny home. Super cool. Yes, Mateo, you can come try some of Calvin's coffee. Calvin he has a roaster and he roasts coffee. And so we're really spoiled with good coffee.
Yeah. You know, they say like once you try specialty coffee, you really don't go back. You're kind of ruined for the other coffee. And so, you know, just be ready for that. You know, if you try really quality coffee. And the beauty is, you know, like it tastes so different from like, say, Ethiopia beans to Peruvian beans. You're going to find a huge difference in flavor and you'll notice the difference really. So I think it just opens up the palate for coffee rather than just sort of, okay, so when you roast coffee too far, what you're actually tasting is carbon. You're tasting more carbon. But what that does is that it creates a more consistent flavor. And so it's easier to batch roast coffee and you're just getting a consistent flavor, but you're missing out on the beauty of the coffee bean. So I'll just leave it at that because I could talk forever.
Calvin could do a whole live on coffee and probably show you guys how to roast all the special, it's like a science and an art, I would say. We love iced coffee too. Mateo, you would love it. It's so good.
Yes. I mean, you know, Italian coffee is amazing and they have perfected the espresso, you know, in their form. And we were in Italy and I will say that their espressos are amazing for sure.
Something that comes to mind too about Americans, I think we have more kids than other countries that we've traveled to. I mean, maybe not in the whole world, but like as far as Europe and like going to Spain and going to Italy, people were shocked that we had 3 children. Because I think for them, having one child, even when they're a little older, maybe max 2 is the norm. So yeah, I am curious. Comment below, like, do you know how many people, or what's the average amount of babies in your country?
Yeah, or how many are in your family? Even.
Yeah, that's true. How many brothers and sisters do you have? I'm one of 5 girls.
And I'm one of 5 with 2 boys and 3 girls.
Yes.
So yeah, and you know, our background is, you know, we come sort of from this subculture of sort of Swedish, Finnish, Norwegian, Scandinavian descendants. And yeah, we have more kids, I think, than even the American average, which might be like, I don't know, a little under 2.3 or something per family. Whereas our families are 5 and 5. And it's more common, I think, in just our little culture. So yeah.
Alejandro, my father has 3 kids. Rika.
I don't know why.
That's awesome. Wow. 7 kids. Whoa, 13.
That, you know, those women are saints.
That is amazing. I forget, Marisol, what country are you from again?
Excuse me. Yeah, you know, that's the way you feel after every child. Like 2 is like Gabrielle said, I have only 1 child and he gives me enough work, which is, like after every child you feel that way. So
you're
just have more. It's fine.
Yeah,
you know?
You should have 1 more.
No, we love it. We love having 3. They all have different personalities, which is awesome, and wild, and like, you know, just one's more sensitive, one's more funny, one's more serious. So that's the beauty of growing up. You create this little mini community and you experience life together. So yeah, I think it really enriches life to have children.
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, Danielle. If you have any questions, write in the comments.
Yes.
Natalia, 10 kids. That's crazy. Yeah, actually, both my mom and my dad, there's 9 siblings in each of their families. So I have a ton of aunts and uncles, cousins that I haven't even maybe met yet. Like second or third cousins even. You know?
Same here. Same here.
Yeah.
My parents come from bigger families, even more than 5. I think, I don't even know, like 9 and 7. Sorry, Mom and Dad. I don't know all of my aunts and uncles now.
I know.
But it's a lot. It's a lot, really. Yeah. But it's cool. You know, family reunions. There's like hundreds of people.
That's true. It's true.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I don't see any new questions coming in. I mean, me and Calvin could randomly talk about more things. Does anything else come to mind?
About American culture?
Yeah. Oh, Costa Rica. She's from Costa Rica.
Oh, okay.
Oh, one last name. Yeah, that is true.
Oh, yeah.
So usually when you get married, the woman drops her last name and takes her husband's last name.
Yeah. So what was your maiden name?
Barney. Don't tell anyone. No.
But where did it come from?
Finland. So it was like Varni, and then when they migrated over from Finland, it was hard to understand, and so they changed the V to a B, and it became Barney. So I was so happy when I got married and could take the last name of Hansen instead of Barney.
Yeah. It's a nice last name, and mine also. Well, it comes from more Norway, so the son of Hans. But yeah, we usually generally have a middle name. And then a last name as well. And the last name, is usually like the family name. So true. I know some, Hispanic countries, they tend to have pretty long last names, which is really cool.
Yes. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Cool.
It seems like there are some big families.
Wow.
13 kids, 10 brothers. Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah. I don't know if did we miss any questions or?
I think we covered it. Do you guys have any more questions? Thank you for being here with us in our first
hanging out with us.
Yeah, it's actually really fun.
Yeah.
It kind of does feel like I'm on like a talk show or something.
We have our cups.
Yes.
Cheers.
Yes.
Cheers to you guys. Thank you for being with us. Yeah, I don't know. If there's we got a question coming in.
Eduardo.
What has
changed in your life after learning another language?
Yeah, man.
A lot.
I would say like a big thing is obviously an expanded worldview.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you know, when you grow up, you understand the world through the lens of your culture that you grow up in. So ours would be an American culture, and you know, you're talking about the news, you're talking about all these different influences, your family, your teachers, all of them kind of shape the way that you think. So when you learn a language, and if you visit the country, you get exposed to a whole nother way of thinking, or a whole nother way of doing life even. And so going like learning, say, Spanish or Portuguese, I think like, you know, something like time, whereas here in America, time, like you need to be like on time, like for your appointments, you know, because we value that thing, we value time. Whereas I think Latin cultures, they value relationship. And you can correct me, please, in the comments if I'm falsely talking. But then, you know, like if you're in a conversation, it's okay to be late to your next meeting because, you value the relationship. And so things like that, you know, and you're like, well, is that wrong? Is that right? Well, no, it's just different. And I mean, our country runs on these different sort of ideas and and concepts. And sorry, I stole that question.
No, you're passionate about it. It's okay. I feel like with each new language I learn, I kind of can become like another person because I take on a new personality speaking in that language. True. I like to be really dramatic sometimes when I'm speaking in Portuguese. It's just fun. I don't know.
Yeah, she becomes Camila.
No, Camille.
Camila
in Espanol.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, Camille in Portuguese.
Camille.
Yes. My name is always hard though. I always have to introduce myself. Calvin, como Calvin Klein. Like in Spanish.
It's true.
But because my name is not very common.
Yeah. I think the worldview would be the biggest thing, and just your mind being open to a different way of life, different ideas, a different way to speak, because you actually can't translate English directly into Portuguese. Like you almost have to take on a whole new language system. Yeah. And that is really hard to do. But at the same time, your mind is just open to the beauty of that language. And especially when you get to know like the slang in a language, and when you can talk to people like they would talk to their friends. I think that's so fun. Just a greater connection. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Alejandro, I 100% agree. When you learn a new language, you also learn about the culture. Yeah. And it's so true because they're so intertwined for sure. And like, for example, the food of a culture, say like Brazil, like the churrasco, like it's mind blowing, right? Like when you're used to your own barbecue style, and then you get churrasco, a different cut of meat and these different sort of ingredients. And it's like, where would I be without churrasco? I don't know. We actually had a churrasco here with our Brazilian friends. We filmed it for the channel, and on Wednesday we'll be posting it. I'm really excited. It's actually going to be in Portuguese as well, which was fun. Yeah. If we didn't learn another language, I would have never met these Brazilian friends. Yeah. We would have never had churrasco with them. We wouldn't have been able to film in Portuguese. We wouldn't have a YouTube channel. Probably not. Yeah, it's so true. So there's so many things that are connected, and so many things that open up to you when you learn another language. That's a great question. Yeah, definitely. The Brazilian accent. What do we think about the Brazilian accent? Do we sound like kids speaking? We love the Brazilian accent. I think, it was one of the things that I think. But does he mean the Brazilian accent in Portuguese, or the Brazilian accent when you're speaking in English? I don't know. Maybe you can clarify but that. All I know is, we love when Brazilians speak Portuguese. It's like art. It's beauty. It's amazing for sure. Yeah. And Danielle commented, the best sensation last summer at the beach, talking with Argentinians in Spanish. Yeah, true. It is the best when you can communicate with somebody in their language. Yeah, you make more friends, right? That's amazing to have international friends. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Okay, when they speak in English. So when Brazilians speak I thought that's what he meant. Okay.
I don't think you sound like children.
No, I think there's a variety. I've probably spoken to more than 100 Brazilians through the language apps. And I think there's some people have a stronger accent than other people. But what I've noticed is that every Brazilian that I've spoken to is trying and doing their best. And I'm able to understand what they're trying to communicate, which is the goal in language learning.
Yeah, definitely. I would agree with that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think, when you learn a language, obviously you grow in your grace for others learning a language. And so, you just kind of, the main goal is to communicate. And so, and to teach each other. And so, like, I love it when others try and speak my language. It's amazing. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's amazing. All of you that are studying English, looking to grow in your level, I think it's very admirable.
It's because we used to put an E at the end.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we should tell him about Cairo. What has he been saying with the E at the end? I forget.
Chocolatey.
Yeah, he's like, chocolatey or something
Calvin's
like that.
like, you're becoming Brazilian. You're adding an E on the end.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
He's our 2-year-old.
I sometimes have to catch myself when I'm speaking English. I want to be like YouTubey. And I'm like, wait, no, we say YouTube. I don't know why I do it.
Yeah, it happens kind of in Spanish too, where they'll, instead of saying like Wi-Fi in Spain anyways, it's not like this in Mexico, but in Spain they'll say Wi-Fi instead of Wi-Fi or and things like that. So
it's true.
It's kind of distinct.
Yeah, it's true. I'm thinking now could be a good time. Yeah, we were wanting to keep this live under an hour. So I know we've talked a bit about language learning in this.
And about American culture.
Yeah, but those were the questions. And we love talking about language learning.
Yes.
It's a passion for us. So
yeah.
Should we kind of end this live if you guys don't have any more questions?
Yeah, maybe if there's one more that rolls through, maybe we'll answer it really quickly. But yeah. It's been really fun just to hang out and see you guys and interact with you guys. Like, wow, technology is amazing. And obviously, like, we wouldn't have learned our languages without, technology, without Duolingo. We wouldn't be connected with you guys without technology. So without
the language apps, especially, because that's how I've met a lot of my friends.
100%. Yeah. So.
You guys are awesome. Yes, I could not do this without Calvin, seriously.
And I couldn't do it without her, because me on the camera alone, you don't want to see it. So she's amazing. Yeah.
And he's amazing. And you guys are amazing. Thank you for being here with us. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. If you guys have any more questions below, any ideas for other live videos, please let us know. I think it could be a potential thing that we do in the future.
Yeah, we definitely touched on some of this, but we're thinking maybe the next one we'll do about traveling experiences and going to these different countries in the world. So
yes, yeah,
cool.
Have a beautiful day wherever you are. We love you guys.
Happy Sunday.
Yes, we'll see you guys soon.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.